Young's Jake here to do a video that is kind of long overdue. This is part of what Dr. Flux started with his nerfing around the globe and also around the United States. And with me being based here in Kentucky, I'm going to call that Eastern Central or Central Eastern, however you want to put that. I'm actually located a little over an hour south of Lexington, and directly south in the town of Somerset. So, for those of you who aren't familiar with small towns in Kentucky, that's again, due south of Lexington, and it's about a 15,000 population city, so not very big. And he sent a few questions for kind of as a guideline. He's going to put it on a playlist to share with everyone, and I wanted to do my part in it. He has people from around the country and around the globe, truly, to make it being Nerf around the globe. He also, ahead of that, sent me a 2-pack of the Busby Jaguar Blasters, which are some of my favorite little pistols, and I have never actually had this color scheme. This is the more rare color scheme. Those of you who aren't familiar with Busby probably don't have a clue, but the black slide or a gray slide is more common. The white slide was only available in this 2-pack. So, thank you, Dr. Flux. You sent this to me as a token. You also sent a little note with it. It says, Mongoose Jake, thank you for all that you do for the community. You have been a huge influence for my channel. This is just a token of my appreciation. I will be getting patches made soon, and we'll send one also. Keep up the awesome work. I look forward to seeing you on a battlefield someday. Now, of course, Dr. Flux is located in the Pacific Northwest. He's, fairly closely located to Captain Xavier and with Walcom. So I know that area is a little ways away for me, but maybe eventually. Maybe end war next year. Never know if that works out. But getting to the topic at hand. I will be reading from a list here of the questions he sent me in a private message. So, questions for his Nerf around the globe. Number 1, the local scene. Dart type and size used. It's here locally, it's just been events that I put on with neighbors and friends and family. So, it's my war bin, and that is a few thousand mixture of men guns and AccuStrike copies with some E-kind waffles thrown in there. So full-length darts are the typical used. Type of blaster. By far, predominantly, it is a Springer-based area. The few people who have joined in, like one has a modded long shot, a few have some retaliators, and a lot just simply use my loaner bins. I basically have been the focal point for the local scene. So the mods are not. Mostly light mods or no. It's, again, I am starting the scene here. There was nothing going. Homemade or kits? Neither. The mods that you've seen me do on my channel, the kits I've put together, I basically have the best of the area. One of the other modders who is fairly common on some of the internet groups was Joshua Slaggle, and he actually moved out of the area, so he actually did some really nice flywheel mods, but without him in the area, there's not really a whole lot going on. So another person you might have a little bit of familiarity with is Pirate Johnson. He's actually located only about 35 minutes away from me, but we have yet to actually take part in a battle together. Do different types of ammo have special uses? Yes, megas do. We use those as a double hit, because we do a lot of hit point battles. Like if you watch the husband versus wife, where we do 5 hits, you're out, that's a pretty common thing. Instead of doing respawns, it's easier for us with small groups to just do. It's still an honor system, so if you have cheaters, that would end up, becoming an issue. But with small groups that you trust, having a hit point system is a very simple way. And if you do 5 hits and you're out, and megas count as 2, well, a mega becomes a pretty viable ammo type. And again, you have to trust your group, because somebody can cheat pretty easy in a hit point. They can say, oh, I've only been hit twice, when really they have 4 hits. That's the only drawback to that. Other ammo types, Megas also, we don't do shields yet, but I've already wrote up group rules for an event that I have planned before COVID shut that down. And if there were shields brought, Megas take out shields, and missiles are an insta-kill. That's really the only 2 things. Is I don't have anything special for Rival or for Vortex. We do just indoor stuff here with the family. Vortex ricochets count. Everything else, ricochets don't count. Field types and sizes. We really just use a few different yards and a park, and they're all smaller. Like no engagement is over, say, 75 to 100 feet, so you don't need a lot of power where we're doing game modes. We've done HVZ, we've done 1-on-1, 5-on-1, different things just to mix it up. But it's typically like a 3-on-3 or 4-on-4. That's been the typical thing. FPS Limit, I have wrote up a group rules for a club that I had planned to start out and kick off with a invitational event, and this is really the first time that's been put into a video. Whenever I'm able to, there is going to be a Mongoose Jake Nerf invitational war. Not comparing it to Jared's epic Nerf battle, but kind of that. I was going to at least do a annual event, and the limit is going to be 150 feet per second for springers, and that's also going to be the local Southern Kentucky Nerf Club. It's going to have a 150 feet per second rule for springers, 120 on flywheelers. Kind of game balancing. Any legal issues? Aside from current COVID things, no. The local town government does not have any issues. You can just simply rent a pavilion at the local park and do whatever you want. That's as long as it's not, illegal, normal illegal activity. Yeah, they don't care if you have a Nerf battle. Shields. I made provisions for shields. Nobody's used them yet. Melee, we have used it, and the standard fare is provided. Busby makes really good swords. They do have a light up solid piece in the center, but it's so heavily covered by foam, those are permitted. And that's not just because I'm a Busby fan. Those are literally the best swords on the market. And I actually do I bring a whole bundle of cut down pool noodles. So if you want to do melee, I even provide that. Culture. You're looking at it. I basically, at least for the area, I am kind of the founding source of all things Nerf in this area. That's not bragging. It's literally just there was nothing. And I, over the past 5 years or so, have been working on getting something going. And I was to the point where this year was going to be kind of like the big kickstart before everything happened. So definitely took a lot of the motivation away from me. But because literally April was going to be the kickstarter of everything. And I'd hoped to possibly, off of one event that I was going to announce and make a big deal of, I was going to hope to kick that into a monthly thing and make something that we could have as a kind of central eastern United States thing. I mean, if you want to drive a few hours, you have the Kane group in Cincinnati. Again, another few hour drive. You've got the group in the Louisville area. Both are, available on Facebook. And outside of that, there's not a whole lot. Homely is only a couple hours away from me, and he was going to get something going, and that kind of got delayed, and I was going to get something going, and COVID killed that idea for now. I still will be doing that. I've even got bins of stuff that I was putting aside as giveaways for that event. I'm still planning to do it, even if it is later this year. It might end up being a fall event, but that was the last question on the list, was about the culture, and basically I am working on that. But again, this was Dr. Flux's idea. It was his project to kind of get some feedback from people on YouTube about Nerf around the globe. And again, I want to thank him for sending me the Busby Jaguar. This is going to go in the collection as it is, as a box item. I already have a couple of these blasters. I've modded them. Love these things. These are fantastic little pistols. And if you want to run a really light loadout, one of these is fantastic. I actually built one for somebody to use at an HVZ that they were going to have before all this happened. And he did that at a college just a couple hours away and had a good time with that modded Jaguar that I sent him with. But this is, like I said, that is the last question. If you have anything more, if you actually want to hear more about me or the local things or what I do Nerf-wise, feel free to ask it in the comment section below. I will also link Dr. Flux's channel, because this was his idea. So go check his channel out. He has a channel that is like growing by leaps and bounds. I suspect it won't be long before he surpasses my channel, because he already gets more views than I do, and he's just working on those subscribers. So go check him out. Again, link will be in the description below, and he was going to add this to a playlist as well. So if you're seeing it through that, then hey, thanks for dropping by. This is Monks Jake with my personal addition to Dr. Flux's Nerf Around the Globe. Hope you enjoy this. Thanks for watching.